Hey there guys, and welcome back to Resident Evil 5. In the last episode we made our way through the Marshlands in chapter 3-1, and we got a few BSAA emblems as well as a lot of treasure that we can sell, and we also got some very good weapons. So first off, I want to just quickly explain the weapons we got. We got our hands on the first rocket launcher of the game. Now, rocket launchers in this game only have one bullet, and whenever you use the shot, it disappears, meaning you only get one shot and then it's gone. And you'll have to find another one or buy another one, which you can buy at the store now for $10,000 a piece. So rocket launchers are extremely powerful. They're the most powerful weapons in the game, and they work well against bosses. So if you are fighting a tough boss and you're having trouble defeating him, if you have a rocket launcher saved up, you can bring it into the fight, and usually one shot with the rocket launcher will take care of most of the bosses in this game. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the inventory. Next up, I wanted to talk about the weapon. We have our first Magnum, which is the S&W M29. Now, Magnums in this game are somewhat like pistols, except they're extremely more powerful. So if you look, the Magnum's power is 15,000, meaning you should be able to kill any regular zombie in one shot. But it's pretty, it would be pretty stupid to use this on a regular zombie. Magnums are more for bosses and sub-bosses, such as back on the previous chapter, the big Majinis with the masks that came out at the end of the chapter, and some other sub-bosses that are coming up. So Magnum, they have ammo called Magnum ammo, and it's really rare to get. The Magnum ammo is probably the rarest ammo you can find in the game. So if you do find some Magnum ammo, I highly recommend to pick it up and save it. Do not use it, because Magnums are the strongest weapons in the game. The only thing stronger is the rocket launcher. So with that being said, all Magnums are really useful, and if you upgrade this Magnum here, the S&W M29, completely, meaning you upgrade its firepower to the max, reload speed, capacity, and piercing power, you will unlock a new and the most powerful Magnum in the game from the store. So this is what we're going to be working on now. We're going to work on upgrading our Magnum to the fullest, so that we can unlock that new Magnum as soon as possible. So I'm going to quickly go ahead and upgrade the firepower. And before I do that, I'm going to remove all of the stuff from our inventory. Alright, and now after we've done that, we have a lot of treasures that we can sell. We picked up so much stuff from the last chapter. So if you're following this guide, you should have a bunch of treasures that you can sell. Now, as I stated before, the previous chapter, chapter 3-1, is an excellent place to grind for money. So basically what you do is you go to the chapter section of the main menu, and this is the blue Enigma. This is the gem that we got from those big guys we killed at the end of chapter 3-1. They can be sold for $6,000 a piece, and you get two of them. Or $3,000 a piece, I'm sorry, but it totals up to $6,000. So with that being said, chapter 3-1 is an excellent chapter to replay. And if you get all the items and beat the chapter, you can just keep selling them and replaying the chapter and selling the items to get a lot of cash quickly. So if there's something that you want to upgrade, you can do that. And completing the chapter will give you about $28,000 if you get everything in the chapter. So if you beat it 4 times, replay it and beat it 4 times while getting all the treasure, you'll have your hands on $100,000, which you can use to upgrade a lot of guns. So with all that done, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the Magnum more, because once you upgrade this Magnum all the way, a new Magnum will be available in the store to buy, and it is the most powerful Magnum in the game. So with all that taken care of, I'm going to save some money because we are going to need money here soon. So I don't want to spend everything. But for now, you can check out the new items available in the shop. And we have the S&W M29 Magnum, in case you missed that earlier, and the rocket launcher for $10,000. Alright, so with that being said, if you have the extra cash, I would buy a few of these rocket launchers. But if you're like me and this is your first playthrough, you're probably hard up for cash. So you can either replay chapter 3-1 to make a lot of gold very quickly, or you can wait because there is a better chapter to replay, and that's going to be coming up here soon. So I'll let you know whenever the next chapter is available to replay, and you will make even more money than on chapter 3-1. So whenever you're ready and you've got everything set up, go ahead and choose to continue. And this will start chapter 3-2, Execution Ground. So before we go in here, there's something I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and restart because I want to get a sniper rifle. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out my Dragunov. And I'm going to go ahead and give Shiva my ammo. I'm going to go ahead and keep 10 for myself. Alright, so now we can start chapter 3-2, Execution Ground. So as you enter this chapter, go ahead and equip your sniper rifle right off the bat. And just ahead is a breakable item that you can break. And then to the right, there are 2 more breakable items. As you walk forward, you'll see a cutscene, and you will see the wetland Majinis down below. And they're feeding a huge crocodile. So a good tip for this area, go ahead and stay back, and that way you're not spotted. But there are a bunch of Majinis, and some of them, as you can see to the left here, are high up on watchtowers. So if you use your sniper rifle, you can begin picking off the zombies in this area before they notice you. So I'm just gonna quickly try and take out most of the zombies before they get near us. And once you've taken them out, go ahead and watch your back because they will jump up and try and attack you from behind. So once you've dispatched most of them from a sniper rifle, go ahead and jump down, and you can begin cleaning out the rest of the Majini in the area. So I'm just going to quickly head to the far east end to find a breakable container. And I'm going to try and be as fast as possible in this area. That way we get a good rank for clear time, while making sure that I loot everything. Now, take note that it is not really required to get a good clear time, because on this first playthrough, the main reason we are playing on Amateur is because we don't have the best weapons available, and it's okay if you don't get a clear time, an S rank for clear time, because we're going to take our time looting all the enemies or all the items in the game. That way we can not only get achievements, but we can start building up our cash as well. So as you get halfway through this area,
I need your help. I owe you one.
You will be ambushed with even more zombies. So just be sure to watch your back. And remember that the shotgun works well on multiple enemies. So if you have a few enemies in a row next to you, a shotgun is a wise choice. Wow. Alright. So once you have cleared the enemies in the area, go ahead and head to the central platform and locate a red
Roger, get on the
lever.
raft and I'll turn the crank.
Go ahead and command your partner to turn the lever, and you're going to make your way up the nearby ladder to the south, and then jump across the gap further south. And now if you head to the east, you will find a raft that you can jump down on.
I'll handle it. Be careful.
Now while you're on this raft, Sheva will be at the lever, and she will be turning it so that the raft moves on a string. Now you're going to want to be on your guard, because as you can see, you have to press random buttons while on this raft at the correct time, or the crocodile will eat you, because he is going to try and attack you and pull you into the water and bite you while you're on this raft. So just keep your hands firmly on the trigger or on the controller. Usually on Amateur, it's only going to be the left and right trigger you have to pull at the right time. But on harder difficulties, you will have to press other buttons besides that, such as X and A together, or left and right trigger together. So if you're on Amateur, you shouldn't really have to worry too much. Just have your fingers on the left and right trigger, and be prepared to press the buttons whenever they appear, or you will be pulled into the water, and if that happens, it is an automatic game over. So once on the other side, go ahead and push the button in, and open up the nearby door, and then make your way back to the central platform once the bridge has been lowered, and you can now proceed deeper in to the marshlands. So as you climb the cliffs inside of the tunnel, take note of the lanterns hanging above the tunnel, and you can use your knife or you can shoot them, and either knife or shoot the lanterns and a gem will fall out. So we get a ruby pair off the first one, and on the second one we get a sapphire pair. So once you've got them 2 gems, exit the tunnel.
Tricell.
And you should come to
What the hell are they doing here?
a small camp with a bunch of Tricell tents. So once you've made it to the camp, we're going to go ahead and loot this. The first thing you're going to want to do, head to the barrels with oil spilled, and look on top of them to find a jewel beetle. It's right next to the 2 valves that has fire coming out of the top of the pipe. After you grab that jewel beetle, go ahead and enter the first tent, and on the other side take a right hand turn to find a breakable crate. And then on the other side, on the back side of the tents, if you look between the 2, you will find another BSAA emblem. So they are in between the 2 tents, and you can only see it from behind them. So go ahead and shoot that to add the BSAA emblem to your collection, and then enter the second tent to find a first aid lying on the table. Once we have looted this area, go ahead and make your way to the shed on the back side of the camp, and you'll find 2 breakable crates. And that should be everything for the camp. So go ahead and follow the path around until you reach a factory.
Yeah, and Irving's not getting away this time.
And this is the oil field factory, but before you go through the door, go ahead and look on the cliff to the west. And it's to the southwest. You should see a very hidden gem that's stuck into the cliffs, and you'll only be able to see it from the glowing light that it gives off. It should be shining, and it's on the southwest side of the cliff. Go ahead and shoot that, and it'll fall to the ground, and you can pick up the ruby square. And once you have that, you can enter the factory.
Look, it's Irving.
Once inside the factory, you're going to want to be very careful, because this is a very tricky area, and it's got a lot of enemies. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the restart button now that we have reached the checkpoint. And this time I'm going to bring a bunch of shotgun shells with me. So once you have your shotgun shells, go ahead and choose ready up.
Look, it's Irving.
And now before you move any further, you can get a good vantage point on some of the Majini in the area. So before dropping down, go ahead and dispatch of the Majini in the distance. Pull out your sniper rifle, and you should see a guy with a torque bow directly in front and more towards the right of your starting position. Go ahead and take him out, and then look to the left on the upper level to find another Majini we can take out. Once you have them two guys taken out, go ahead and drop down to the lower level, and directly to the left is a breakable crate. And here's where the enemies will start to swarm you. Wow. So you're going to want to watch yourself around here, because some of the enemies have grenades in their hands. And some of them will turn into capellos. So just make sure to take your time.
Good work. Nice work.
And that should take care of them. After you've taken care of the immediate danger, go ahead and climb the stairs to the north. And look in the distance to the south to find the last zombie. Once you've got that, there is another breakable crate. And go ahead and climb the ladder to find a valve. But before you turn the valve, go ahead and break the 2 breakable crates in the area and head around to the back side of the valve. Here you'll find a jewel beetle on the metal rail. So go ahead and grab that beetle and then turn the valve. And there are 3 valves in this area. Turning the first one will release more Majini. So look down over the guardrail to the north, and you will see a guy holding some grenades. Make sure you take that guy out first, because he's one of the most deadliest ones. Once you've got that taken care of, go ahead and take out the rest of the Majini in the area. And then head over to the north where the guy with the grenades were. And you should find 2 more breakable crates and a nearby ladder. Before you climb the ladder, take out the Majini at the top. And then you can climb it to find a lever you can pull. Now pulling this lever will cause a zip line to come over to the area. And you can now use the zip line to reach the second valve that you can turn. So be careful, because as soon as you land on the platform with the second valve, a chainsaw Majini will be set loose. So a good strategy to use to take this guy out is break the nearby crate, and you'll find a proximity bomb. And you can use that proximity bomb and place it on the ground, and that should when the chainsaw Majini reaches the upper level where you're on, he should run right over the proximity bomb you placed on the ground. So that's a good tactic to use, because it gives you a good head start on his health. So you're going to want to be careful because this is a very small place, and one wrong move and the chainsaw Majini will chainsaw you to pieces. So a good strategy to use is wait for the chainsaw Majini to start to rush you, and then shoot him with the shotgun. So right when he gets near you, shoot him to stagger him backwards. After staggering him enough times, you should be able to move in for a combo, and hopefully Sheva will follow up to do some massive damage. And once you've put enough rounds into him, he will fall. Make sure that you loot the Venom Fang that he drops. And if you're playing on a harder difficulty, be very careful, because when you think he's dead, he will get back up and start swinging wildly with his chainsaw. It's almost like he has a second life. So be very careful. Once you have killed him and picked up the Venom Fang he drops, go ahead and turn the second lever, or the second valve in this area. This will shut off the fire that's blocking the path in the distance. Once you've taken care of that, jump down to the area below and take the path underneath of the upper platform, and you should find a ladder to the east. Go ahead and climb that, and you should be directly in front of the path that leads forward. But unfortunately, it's still covered by another pipe with fire coming out of it. So we have to turn the final third valve of the area to shut that off. So go ahead and climb the stairs to the south to reach a breakable crate. And it's similar to the platform we were at earlier. You will find a lever that you can pull so that the zip line is called over to this area. Then you can ride the zip line to the platform with the third valve on it. So before turning the valve, break the nearby crate in the area, and then you can turn the final valve to shut off the fire. So with the third and final valve turned, the fire blocking the path forward is now clear. So as you try to leave the area and you take the bar off the door, a second chainsaw Majini will jump down from the path above and will try to attack you. So once again, be very careful. You are in a very small place, and that gives him an upper hand. Just repeat the same strategy as before. And I would highly recommend to exit the doorway. And that way you can kind of have the chainsaw Majini chase you around. This opens up your options where you can run away from him instead of being trapped in a very small room. Just use the same strategy as before. Wait for him to charge you, and then shoot him with the shotgun. Whenever you have to reload, run away from him to get a good lead so that you can reload your gun without having to worry about him chainsawing you. Alright, so we are now out of ammo completely. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to my sniper. And I'm going to get a good lead on him. And I'm going to aim for his head. Once you run out of ammo with the sniper, go ahead and switch over to your pistol. And just aim for his head, because that is his weak spot. So it's kind of frustrating to take this guy out because he has a lot of health and you don't really have any good guns yet. But just keep aiming for his head and eventually he'll fall. Make sure you grab the venom fang that he drops. So there are 2 chainsaw Majinis in this area, and they both come out whenever you get near the valves that you need to turn in order to extinguish the fire that blocks the path onwards. Once you have them taken care of, you can move forward. So go ahead and a good tactic to use if you're running low on ammo is there will be a certain Majini that has a grenade in his hand.
I need ammo.
Use this!
So if you stagger the Majini with the grenade in his hand, it will cause him to prevent him throwing it. So instead of him throwing it and it doing damage to you, he'll hold it in his hand. So you don't want to kill him. Instead, you just want him to be staggered so that he doesn't throw the grenade. And then that will cause the grenade to go off in his hand, killing all of the Majini nearby. Once you've got that, go ahead and follow the path and drop down to the area below, where you will find 2 breakable crates and a red door. Once you have all the items in the area, go ahead and enter the doorway. Here you'll get a scene.
Josh?
Shiva?
You're alive. Are you okay? Well, how did you get here?
We were at the port when we were attacked. And then, well, I ended up here. Where's the rest of the team? Shit!
It's just the 3 of us now.
Why did you not retreat? I mean, we are no match for them.
I've got unfinished business.
The hard drive containing data on the BAW experiment had a picture inside. The picture was of Chris's friend.
A friend?
I'm not leaving until I catch Irving and find out what the hell's going on here.
Let's save the chit-chat for later.
Cover me! Hurry!
after the cutscene, you will meet up with Josh, and enemies will flood the area.
I need your help!
So your main objective here is to keep all the enemies away from Josh while he attempts to open the elevator so that you can get out of here.
Thanks, partner.
Just focus on one enemy at a time.
Come on!
Okay, okay.
Now before you go ham, make sure you bust the 2 breakable crates in the back of the area. There are 2 more breakable crates nearby the elevator on the south side. And then there are 2 more breakable crates along the fence side of the area. So once you have all 6 breakable crates, go ahead and focus on the rest of the zombies.
Help me! How are you guys?
There! Got it! You two, on
And
the
after
elevator!
you have taken out enough zombies, Josh will open the elevator. And if you want to stay and keep fighting, you can get some treasures. First of all, the 2 Big Man Majinis will come out.
You waiting for an invitation? Get the lad out!
So if you have a grenade, a good way to take these guys out are to group them up together and then throw a grenade at them.
Give me a grenade.
Take this!
And if you take them both out, you can get a jewel bangle from each one, making that 2 jewel bangles added to your collection. Once the Big Man Majinis are taken care of, go ahead and jump on the elevator and ride it to the upper level. Here you can follow the path around to find a ladder. Just go ahead and take it nice and easy and take out all the Majini in the area. At the upper area, just above the ladder, you will find 2 breakable crates.
Thanks, partner.
And in one of them, there is a proximity bomb. So make sure you grab that for something that's coming up. You're going to need it.
I'm coming! Don't be reckless.
Make sure that Josh does not get hurt too bad, or you will fail the mission.
This is going to be a pain in the ass, but I will see what I can do.
And once Josh reaches the other side, he will begin working on opening the doorway. Now you're going to need to protect him Also, a chainsaw Majini will join the battle. So if you take out this chainsaw Majini, you can get another gold ring, which you can sell for some pretty good cash. So I'm going to go ahead and place the proximity bomb on the ground.
Okay.
And Josh should get that door open. And if you place the proximity bomb on the ground, the chainsaw Majini should run over it. And if you put enough damage into him, he should drop. So I'm going to quickly pick up the ammo on the ground. And don't forget to grab that gold ring that the chainsaw Majini drops.
Forget those guys.
Once you have taken out the chainsaw Majini, go ahead and exit the door, because we have all the optional stuff in this area. So as long as you stay and fight, you can get some extra treasure.
I'm okay.
It looks like Irving is trying to blow up the place and make his escape. You must stop him before it is too late. I'll try to find us a way out of here.
All right. We'll go after Irving.
Good. Okay. Now there's a dock up ahead. That is probably where he is going to make his break.
Copy that.
And Josh,
Be careful.
Let's hurry.
Okay.
So if you don't have enough ammo to take out the two Big Man Majinis and the chainsaw Majini, in order to get a couple good treasures you can sell later, don't worry about it, just run away. You should definitely be able to get it on the next playthrough, and it's not really too important. You only get $7,000 off selling the items, because the gold ring you can sell for $5,000, which is dropped off the chainsaw Majini, and the two jewel bangles will sell for $1,000 a piece, which are dropped from each Big Man Majini. So altogether that only adds up to $7,000, which isn't really worth it because you're going to be wasting a lot of ammo on these guys. I just went ahead and took them out because I wanted to show you guys what kind of treasures
let's go.
you can get. At the next area, go ahead and break the two breakable crates, and you should be at the docks where you will see a big yacht, and that's going to be your destination. So go ahead and follow the path around to the next area. Before getting to the yacht, there is a ladder you can jump down to find a breakable crate. So go ahead and grab that. And as you approach the yacht, you'll get a scene.
There he is. Wait, isn't that?
Splendid timing! You two are just in time for the fireworks show! Boom!
Wait!
And after the scene, Irving will escape on his yacht, and a bunch of enemies will flood the area. Now before this starts, you need to know that you are going to be on a timer. You have about 5 minutes to reach the boat on the other side of the docks. So before rushing ahead, or you have 2 minutes, I'm sorry, go ahead and pull a quick 180 and head out to the end of the docks to find a briefcase that you can open for $3,000. You'll get more money depending on what difficulty you're on. And you should see a BSAA emblem inside the nearby house. All you have to do is head to the end of the dock, look through the window, and you should see it. Go ahead and grab that. And then don't even worry after you've got the BSAA emblem and the briefcase containing a large amount of cash. Go ahead and head over to the place you came. And you're going to have to shoot the lock on the door. Once you've got that, go ahead and bust open the door.
Hurry up, you two! We're running out of time!
Be careful for the 2 claymores that are set up. You're going to need to go ahead and take that out. Now before you head any further, there's a Big Man Majini here in camo. So if you're quick enough, you should be able to kill him. I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this guy. And if you do manage to kill him, you can pick up another gold ring. So once you have killed the Big Man Majini and got the gold ring, go ahead and hurry up to the end of the dock. And if you make it in time, you should be able to escape on the boat that Josh has secured. If you don't have any ammo or you're running low on time, don't even worry about the Big Man Majini, because that gold ring isn't worth a game over. After the fireworks, you will have completed chapter 3-2 and you should get an achievement. So for completing chapter 3-2, we have got a few ranks, and you can view the Sheva Alamore file in the library. So our ranks for chapter 3-2 is we have an accuracy of 75.4%, enemies routed 70, deaths 0, and a clear time of 32 minutes and 36 seconds, putting our overall rank for the chapter in A. So that's 900 more bonus points added to our collection. After you have reviewed your stats, you can press start to be taken to the next mission preparation screen. So with all that taken care of, that's going to conclude this episode of Resident Evil 5. I'll see you guys next time where we start the next chapter.